your heart and release anything that isn't meant for you. All right, Scorpio, let's get into your reading. All right, the message that I have for you today is this. Somebody is asking you out. They are coming forward with real intentions, and the love behind those intentions is undeniably real. Let us come in close today because the energy surrounding this message demands your full attention right now. This is not a passing interest or a fleeting attraction. The cards describe something rooted and intentional. The desire aimed at you carries substance, and the person behind it built courage for this moment. What unfolds in your direction holds romantic weight, and the sincerity attached to it cannot be questioned. The universe orchestrated this timing precisely, placing this message before you because readiness exists on both sides. We also have layers beyond romance forming here, and the cards hint at something deeper than pursuit. This person does not approach lightly. Their interest was cultivated over time, and it matured into something undeniable. The affection directed your way, it transcends casual curiosity and lands firmly in devoted emotional territory today. Every signal the cards deliver reinforces that this invitation is backed by real feeling, not temporary infatuation. Here is our first card, the Three of Cups, and it brings celebration energy pouring into this reading. Three of Cups says that joy surrounds this connection, and the foundation being offered comes wrapped in happiness. The emotional offering headed your way, it carries laughter and warmth, the kind that transforms ordinary days. Three of Cups confirms mutual circles already intersect, and familiar spaces become the backdrop for this. The chemistry between you and this person, it has been observed and discussed by those closest to both. Celebration marks the beginning of this chapter, not heaviness or complexity, but lightness and effortless compatibility instead. Revealed by Three of Cups, the timing aligns with the season of personal growth you recently entered. The next card coming through is the King of Wands, and he represents bold, confident energy approaching. King of Wands says this person carries magnetic charisma, and their pursuit of you is fueled by passion. The initiative being taken toward you, it comes from a place of leadership, not desperation or loneliness. This person possesses a natural confidence that attracts attention everywhere, yet their focus narrows fully onto you. King of Wands confirms that their intention involves building something lasting, not collecting another temporary distraction or conquest. The ambition this person channels into pursuing you, it mirrors how they approach everything meaningful. They calculated the risk of vulnerability before stepping forward and chose exposure over the safety of silence. Creative romantic gestures accompany this pursuit, and King of Wands confirms they were planned with personal significance. The boldness behind their approach, it is tempered with respect, making their advance feel honoring rather than aggressive. This person studied what makes you different before approaching, and their admiration sits in specific observed qualities. Then we have the Lovers, and this card elevates the entire reading into sacred romantic alignment instantly. The Lover says destiny plays a role in this connection, and the attraction operates on a soul level. The choice being presented to you carries divine orchestration behind it, not random chance or coincidence alone. The Lovers confirms the love described in this message. It exists at a frequency most never access. What this person offers extends beyond companionship. It reaches into partnership and shared vision for the future. The Lovers reveals that spiritual compatibility underlies the physical attraction, creating a bond with unusual depth attached. Alignment between your values and theirs, it forms the invisible architecture that makes this connection feel fated. The invitation arriving carries more than romance. It carries the potential for a transformative chapter in your life. This person recognizes something sacred in you, and their declaration emerges from that recognition, not from impulse. The cards validate that what approaches you is real, multi layered, and motivated by a love that runs deep. Now, let us focus entirely on you, because your inner landscape deserves recognition in this reading. The anticipation sitting inside your chest, it hums with a frequency you have not felt in ages. You carry a quiet readiness within you, and that readiness has been maturing silently beneath daily routines. The longing you tucked away months ago, it never dissolved. It patiently waited for the right catalyst. Your heart holds space for something meaningful, and the awareness of that openness surprises even you. You spent considerable time protecting yourself from disappointment, building walls that doubled as emotional shelters. The caution you developed became second nature, and lowering those defenses now feels both thrilling and terrifying. Our first card reflecting your inner state is the Queen of Swords, and she mirrors your mental clarity. Queen of Swords says that your mind operates with sharp discernment, filtering intentions before granting emotional access. The boundaries you established were necessary, forged through experiences that taught you the cost of blind trust. You learned to read between the lines of every gesture, searching for hidden motives beneath charming surfaces. Queen of Swords confirms that your analytical nature protected you, but it also isolated your softer instincts. The armor of intellect you wear daily, it served its purpose, yet it grew heavier with each month. Beneath that composed exterior, a craving for genuine connection pulses with increasing urgency and mounting impatience. You desire to be pursued with intention, not entertained with half measures or lukewarm interest that fades. The standard you hold for romantic connection, it reflects self-worth that took years of healing to build. Confirmed by Queen of Swords, your expectations are not excessive. They are the minimum your healing demands. The next card we have is the Ace of Pentacles, and it reflects the grounded stability you seek. Ace of Pentacles says that your deepest desire involves security, a love that translates into tangible daily presence. You crave consistency in affection, not grand gestures followed by silence, but steady, dependable warmth throughout. The material world matters to you in love, not from vanity, but because stability represents emotional safety. Ace of Pentacles confirms that you measure sincerity through sustained effort, actions that match declarations over extended time. Your practical nature demands proof before surrender, and that requirement is wisdom, not cynicism in disguise. The dreams you hold privately about partnership, they include shared routines and collaborative building toward mutual goals. You envision mornings that feel unhurried and evenings that hold laughter, a rhythm of togetherness without performance. Confirmed by Ace of Pentacles, your readiness for love is rooted in wholeness, not in desperation or lack. The self-sufficiency you cultivated, it was never meant to be permanent isolation, but rather preparation for receiving. Following that, we see the Hanged Man, and this card illuminates a perspective shift occurring within you. Revealed by the Hanged Man, your viewpoint on love has been undergoing a quiet revolution beneath everything. Old definitions of romance no longer satisfy you, and new frameworks for connection are forming in their place. You began questioning patterns that once felt comfortable, recognizing that familiarity does not always equal fulfillment or growth. The Hanged Man confirms that patience became your teacher recently, and the lessons reshaped how you value yourself. The surrender required in receiving love, it confronts every independent instinct you sharpened during seasons of solitude. You wrestle with the paradox of wanting closeness while fearing the vulnerability that authentic intimacy requires. The emotional growth you experienced privately, it positioned you to recognize real intention when it finally arrives. The pause you lived through was not punishment, and the Hanged Man confirms it was sacred, divine preparation. Your willingness to see love differently now, it opens corridors that rigidity previously sealed shut within you. The version of yourself emerging through this shift, it carries both tenderness and discernment in equal balanced measure. You stand at the threshold of receiving, and every battle you weathered prepared you for this exact doorway. The stillness you cultivated within yourself, it transformed from loneliness into sovereignty, and that distinction changes everything. Trust that the readiness blooming inside your spirit, it is not accidental. It was always the design. Okay, let us turn the focus onto their side now, because their emotional world tells a powerful story. This person has been carrying feelings that intensified, far beyond what they originally anticipated or planned. The attraction they hold did not develop casually. It grew from repeated observations and private emotional investment. Their interest matured in silence, nurtured through moments they cataloged and memories they replayed on their own. This person wrestles with the magnitude of what they feel, unsure how to contain its expanding reach. The emotional weight pressing against their chest, it demands expression. Yet pride complicates every possible approach. Their inner world revolves around a decision already forming, and the gravity of that decision keeps them restless. Let us go deeper into this, because our first card for their energy is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups shows a person driven by romantic devotion, approaching with their heart extended openly forward. This person rehearses declarations in private, crafting sentences that capture what ordinary language fails to express. The romantic in them awakened fully, and that awakening transformed how they perceive every interaction and exchange. Knight of Cups confirms that their intentions are wrapped in genuine emotional depth, not performance or calculated tactics. The vulnerability required for their approach, it costs them tremendous internal effort, and they accepted that cost. This person views the pursuit as sacred, treating the invitation they prepare with reverence rather than impulse. The fantasies occupying their quiet hours involve building something permanent, not collecting another fleeting romantic encounter. Knight of Cups reveals that emotional courage has been accumulating inside them, reaching critical mass before action. The tenderness they possess contradicts the composed exterior, and managing that contradiction exhausts them daily. The next card coming through is the Ten of Pentacles, revealing the depth of their long-term vision. Ten of Pentacles says their intentions extend far beyond dating, reaching into legacy and permanent life partnership territory. This person thinks in decades when considering this connection, not in weeks or months of temporary excitement. The stability they want to offer carries material substance, built through deliberate effort and sustained personal discipline. Ten of Pentacles confirms that their vision includes shared finances, combined households, and lives woven tightly together. This person measures love through contribution, and the offering being prepared involves everything they have built independently. The seriousness of their approach reflects maturity, not desperation, and that distinction defines every step they consider. Confirmed by Ten of Pentacles, their family values influence every romantic decision they make at a foundational level. This person evaluated readiness carefully before allowing themselves to pursue, ensuring the foundation beneath them held firm. Following that, we see the Emperor, and this card illuminates the structured discipline behind their emotional pursuit. The Emperor says this person operates with authority in every domain, yet matters of the heart humble them. The control they maintain professionally dissolves when confronting the raw, unfiltered nature of romantic vulnerability. Their leadership instinct compels them to protect what they desire, guarding intentions until the moment feels strategically right. The Emperor confirms that their pursuit involves calculated timing, choosing precision over impulsive emotional outbursts or confessions. This person respects the gravity of declaration, understanding that premature words risk undermining everything they built privately. The discipline they exercise in withholding, it is not game playing. It is protection of something precious. Beneath the structured exterior, a fierce, possessive devotion lives quietly, waiting for permission to announce itself. The commitment forming inside them, it is architectural in nature, designed to withstand pressure and endure over time. Their emotional state combines certainty with nervous anticipation, the knowledge that what they feel is sacred. The devotion brewing inside them reached a point where containment became impossible, and overflow begins now. What defines their current emotional landscape? It is a readiness that refuses to remain silent any longer. So let us focus on what this person is preparing to do, because tangible movement begins now. The planning phase concluded on their end, and the transition into execution carries undeniable momentum forward. Concrete decisions have been finalized privately, and the steps forming from those decisions are already being taken. This person reorganized their schedule recently, carving out dedicated space for the approach they intend to make. The preparation involves rehearsed communication, a specific message crafted with intention to open direct, honest dialogue. Contact is being initiated within a compressed timeline, and the method of delivery has been chosen carefully. A direct conversation forms at the center of their plan, not vague hints or ambiguous signals left open. Let us go ahead and dive into this, because our first card is the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles shows a methodical approach being constructed, where every detail receives deliberate individual attention first. This person mapped out practical logistics before making any move, ensuring the invitation lands with credible weight. The groundwork being laid involves tangible proof of commitment, not abstract promises floating without concrete backing attached. Page of Pentacles confirms that financial preparation accompanies this pursuit, investments being made to support the invitation. Reservations have been secured, plans finalized, and the presentation of their interest involves coordinated, thoughtful effort. This person treats the approach as a project requiring excellence, applying professional standards to romantic execution entirely. New routines emerged in their daily behavior, structured around creating opportunities for meaningful proximity and interaction. Research preceded their approach entirely, and Page of Pentacles confirms preferences were studied to personalize every gesture. The gift or token accompanying their invitation, it was selected with purpose, reflecting observed details others overlooked. Mutual connections are being consulted discreetly, gathering intelligence about receptivity before committing to the vulnerable approach. Nothing about this pursuit happens accidentally, and the card confirms every coincidence was manufactured with precision. The next card we have is the Chariot, and it confirms aggressive forward momentum replacing all prior hesitation. The Chariot says that willpower now drives every action, and retreat is no longer considered a viable option. This person committed to the pursuit with irreversible determination, burning bridges back to indecision and passive waiting. The velocity of their approach accelerates daily, compressing what would normally take months into a matter of weeks. Obstacles previously blocking this person have been dismantled, and the Chariot confirms deliberate strategic intervention cleared it. Competing priorities were eliminated or postponed, clearing the path entirely for this romantic pursuit to take precedence. This person reorganized commitments to demonstrate availability, signaling through observable behavior that capacity for partnership exists. Public declarations of intention are forming, conversations with inner circles about serious romantic interest being openly shared. The Chariot reveals that this person informed trusted confidants, seeking accountability partners for the courage this requires. Digital communication channels are being activated, drafts composed and revised, awaiting the precise moment for transmission. Physical relocation or travel forms part of the plan, and the Chariot confirms distance is conquered through initiative. This person is willing to cross geographical barriers, demonstrating through logistics that the pursuit carries serious, permanent weight. The timeline for visible contact narrows significantly, and the evidence of their movement becomes undeniable within days. The Chariot confirms triumph drives their mindset, accepting nothing less than a direct face-to-face declaration. The actions materializing are bold and unmistakable, designed to communicate seriousness without leaving any room for misinterpretation. Every practical step points toward one unified outcome, a clear and direct invitation extended with full conviction. This person transitioned from contemplation into decisive, committed motion, and that shift cannot be reversed or undone. The cards confirm what approaches carries the force of total commitment, and the decisions made here are final. Now, let us uncover what this person refuses to say, because the hidden confessions run devastatingly deep. The words trapped inside them carry a weight, one that reshapes their entire inner world without visible evidence. This person privately admits to obsessive fixation, replaying interactions in their mind with compulsive, ritualistic detail. The confession they guard most fiercely, it involves recognizing they fell long before the courage ever arrived. Their silence was never indifference. It was a fortress erected around feelings too volatile to release. The secret consuming their private hours. It involves imagining a shared future with emotional hunger and precision. What they refuse to verbalize, it is that the sheer depth of want terrifies them beyond rational control. Come in close, because our first card is the star, and it exposes their most tender confession. The star says, this person privately views the connection as destined, a belief they dismiss publicly but nurture. They confess in solitude that hope never abandoned them, despite every logical argument assembled against its survival. The star confirms that their secret devotion resembles worship, a reverence for qualities they cataloged and memorized. This person whispers to empty rooms, describing how different life would look with the right partnership activated. The hidden prayer occupying their restless nights, it involves asking the universe for one legitimate, reciprocated chance. Revealed by the star, underneath performed confidence, a fragile hopefulness persists and refuses to be extinguished. The confession about physical attraction, it extends far beyond surface appreciation into something territorial and consuming. They imagine proximity with visceral specificity, the warmth and gravitational pull of being near and unhurried. The star confirms their private fantasy involves domesticity, not glamour, mornings in shared kitchens and tangled sheets. The vulnerability they conceal from every observer, it involves tears shed privately over perceived inadequacy and unworthiness. This person secretly questions whether they deserve what they desire, and that doubt fuels relentless self-improvement. The hidden narrative running inside their consciousness, it casts them as the one who must earn affection. Their confession includes acknowledging that past relationships failed, specifically because the standard was already set permanently. The next card we have is the Nine of Cups, revealing the wish they protect above all. Nine of Cups says one singular desire dominates their internal landscape, eclipsing every competing ambition or goal. The wish they carry resembles a sacred vow, whispered internally so often it became embedded in identity. Nine of Cups confirms this person equates fulfillment exclusively with this connection, rejecting all substitutes as insufficient. Their private admission involves knowing that professional success feels hollow without romantic partnership present alongside it. Every achievement celebrated publicly rings incomplete privately because the one witness who matters was always absent. This person confesses to their own reflection that ambition without intimacy produces an emptiness no accomplishment fills. The jealousy they mask with composure, it involves monitoring from calculated distance and observing possessive triggers. Confirmed by Nine of Cups, their hidden confession includes coveting exclusivity, a desire to claim the unclaimed. The vulnerability beneath that wish involves admitting they compare every potential partner unfavorably and without mercy. Nobody occupies the same mental real estate, and that monopoly on their imagination became their most guarded secret. Their deepest unspoken truth involves believing this connection holds spiritual significance, predestined and ordained beyond reason. The confession they would release only under complete emotional collapse. It is that love arrived uninvited and stayed. What defines the interior of their silence, it is a declaration rehearsed thousands of times, never once delivered. The rawness of their hidden truth contradicts every measured interaction, every composed response offered to the world. The wish pulsing inside them demands fulfillment, and the cards confirm containment reached its absolute breaking point. The confession nearest to eruption involves three unadorned words, carried silently for so long they became permanent. What they hide from every living witness, it is devotion so complete it restructured their entire value system. The secret they protect with their entire being, it is that walking away was never an authentic option. Okay, let us bring this reading to its beautiful close, because the near future holds extraordinary promise. The cards ahead radiate warmth and forward motion, and the timeline for visible change is remarkably short. Our first card for what is approaching is the Wheel of Fortune, signaling a powerful, destined shift. The Wheel of Fortune confirms that cycles are turning in your favor, bringing opportunities that feel divinely timed. The invitation this person extends arrives during a window of heightened receptivity, and the alignment is no accident. Wheel of Fortune says that fate intervenes directly here, accelerating the connection beyond what either side anticipated. The near future holds a pivotal encounter, one marked by honesty and mutual recognition that transforms everything. The near future confirms that luck favors this connection, and external circumstances conspire to bring proximity. The meeting point ahead feels electric, charged with anticipation, and the chemistry present will be immediately undeniable. Now for your advice card, we have the Two of Cups, offering guidance rooted in mutual emotional exchange. Two of Cups advises you to meet this person halfway, allowing vulnerability to guide the opening conversation naturally. The advice here centers on reciprocity, matching their courage with your own willingness to receive openly. Guided by Two of Cups, the highest outcome involves releasing control and trusting the organic rhythm unfolding. The guidance encourages you to honor the connection without overanalyzing, letting instinct lead where logic hesitates. Two of Cups confirms that partnership thrives when both sides invest equally, and your openness becomes the catalyst. The card reminds you that receiving love gracefully, it is strength, not a surrender of power. Let us return to the message that opened this entire reading, because every card confirmed it without exception. The message was this: somebody is asking you out with deep intentions. They love you and more. Let us walk through the cards now, because each one contributed a specific chapter to this unfolding story. Three of Cups in part one brought celebration energy, confirming that joy and mutual circles surround this connection. King of Wands revealed the bold, passionate nature of their pursuit, fueled by confidence and magnetic personal charisma. The Lovers elevated the reading into sacred alignment, confirming that destiny and soul-level attraction are operating. Queen of Swords in part two honored your sharp discernment, the boundaries forged through experience and earned wisdom. Ace of Pentacles reflected your desire for stable, grounded love, a partnership built on tangible, consistent presence. The Hanged Man illuminated the perspective shift occurring within you, a quiet revolution reshaping how you receive. Knight of Cups in part 3 showed their romantic devotion, approaching with an open heart and rehearsed vulnerability. Ten of Pentacles revealed their long-term vision, intentions reaching far beyond dating into legacy and permanence. The Emperor confirmed the structured discipline behind their pursuit, calculated timing, protecting what they consider precious. Page of Pentacles in part 4 showed methodical preparation, every logistical detail receiving deliberate, focused attention. The Chariot confirmed aggressive forward momentum, irreversible determination, replacing all former hesitation and passive waiting. The Star in part 5 exposed their most tender confession, a private hope that refuses to be extinguished. Nine of Cups revealed the singular wish dominating their inner world, a desire that eclipses every competing ambition. Wheel of Fortune promised destined shifts ahead, and Two of Cups advised meeting this connection with open reciprocity. This reading validated that real love approaches with intention, depth, and a sincerity that cannot be manufactured. The conversations and encounters ahead carry transformative potential, reshaping your romantic landscape with permanent, meaningful impact. Trust what the cards revealed today and carry this knowing forward as quiet, unshakable confidence within you. The chapter opening before you holds everything your heart prepared for, and you are ready to receive it. Thank you so deeply for being here today, for trusting this space and allowing these cards to speak. Your presence brought incredible energy to this reading, and each card landed with purpose because of it. Until next time, take care of yourself, and remember, you are loved beyond measure and deeply worthy. The cards ahead radiate warmth and forward motion, and the timeline for visible change is remarkably short. Our first card for what is approaching is the Wheel of Fortune, signaling a powerful, destined shift. The Wheel of Fortune confirms that cycles are turning in your favor, bringing opportunities that feel divinely timed. The invitation this person extends arrives during a window of heightened receptivity, and the alignment is no accident.